And you know what? The weather is warming up, so if you're not crafting, a lot of folks and a lot of kiddos out there may be jumping into a swimming pool. And we always hear about water safety, but are we really practicing those life-saving skills? To a heartbreaking story now from a Valley mother who lost sight of her son for just a couple of minutes. He was 4 years old. Her life forever changed.
He was such a sweet, beautiful little boy. It was a nightmare that you never thought was going to happen to you ever. I mean, we were such safe parents. It was a beautiful day and he was outside. We were getting ready for the barbecue and I was inside the house, and the next thing I knew, Weston's daddy walked in and said that he had fallen into the pool. Shock would be the best way to describe it.
So when you turned and looked, did you know immediately?
Yeah. And then I don't remember doing a lot other than running outside the house, and that was my way to deal with it, is I ran and tried to find the fire truck, and then I didn't see him again until we got to the hospital. But the fact that he would be here today, and bottom line, it's not a mean thing when people say, you know what, I didn't do what I should have, and that's really hard to admit, but I didn't. And I didn't watch my child eye-to-eye contact. I didn't have a four-sided pool fence around my pool. I mean, we had other layers, but we didn't have all of them.
To be honest, you could sit down and cry every day because we have so many child drowning fatalities in Arizona. The loss of that child leaves such a deep and long-lasting impact. And then you try to comprehend the scope of it, and you realize that it is urgent for families to learn water safety.
As a first grader, do you think you could help save someone that was in trouble in your pool? You don't think you could? Should we talk about some things that we could do? Yeah.
The ABCs of water safety is what the children are learning here today. Adults, barriers, and classes. We're talking about constant, capable adult supervision. Being clear about who's watching the children really improves supervision. We're talking about the B for barriers. That's a pool fence that can keep children away from the water. And the C is for classes in CPR for adults and swimming lessons for children at the appropriate age.
Right before they were getting ready to bury his casket, I had told him that I would never forget him, which I won't. You never forget that special little person that you had that was such a part of you, but that I'd never let anything bad come from his death. And that's a promise that I think when people say, why are you still doing this? Well, because I made that promise, and I didn't want Morgan and Mackenzie to ever have to say, my mom can't take care of us now because my brother died, or my mom can't do this for us, or she's an angry person because my brother died. I mean, I never wanted it to be that bad piece. I always wanted it to be, my mom's sad and she cries and she misses him, but she also helps other people.
It is simply heartbreaking to hear that story. And the Letter family began PCH's Water Watchers program to honor Weston's memory and to teach the community about water safety. The risk in Arizona, it is high. Our state ranks second in the nation for child drownings. So Terry, it's important that we pick up the phone to keep research and treatments going, because traumatic injuries is the #1 cause of death among children between 1 and 18.